Hey everyone, so we got some news today about the changes on Atalann. So this is going to take place, I believe, at reset tonight. There's going to be a little bit of a update, so a baby patch. Apparently there was some kind of bug too. What the heck was that bug? Hold on one second. The bug was Oderic would not die if Wilsey launched her ultimate ability. Oh, okay, well that's good, because Oderic was a nuisance already. Okay, so getting into the changes for Adelan. So what they're doing on her trait here, they are increasing the A5 to 300% damage in dungeon battles. So this is a direct effect on Ash Magisteria dungeon. And this damage will actually ignore 100% defense. So this is going to hit very, very hard. The thing is this effect, like this Ascension effect, actually isn't affected by Adelan herself. Whenever you're talking about Ash Magisteria, the imps, that's the way this reads, and the way it actually works too. We showed it in the original video with Adelan when I was playtesting her. The enemy, so the enemy here is the imps, deals 120% damage to their ally with the highest attack, which is Ash himself. So it does 200% damage to him in the dungeon battles. This is pertaining to PvP. I still think this is kind of an irrelevant, effect in PvP. So if you're only planning on using her in PvP, I really don't think you're going to need an A5 Atalann, right? So this could do a lot of damage. When we were looking at it on our trial hero, the imps were doing somewhere around like 30,000 damage per imp. So that was with 200% damage. Now it's going to go up to 300% damage, and it's going to be ignoring Ash's defense by 100%. I'm expecting this to be killer, but we're going to be able to test that tomorrow, once the hero actually comes in. So there is no change to her basic. This was fine by itself anyway. So the special ability, this got boosted too, thankfully, because this was just complete garbage. I don't know what they were thinking with this special, but now it's actually going to do something. So originally it just dealt 160% damage to an enemy, but if they were frozen, then it would put frozen on someone else, but that's not the case now. So now what's going to happen is if the target has frozen, oh wait, hold on, I'm reading the old one. Yeah, sorry. So it deals 130% damage. So I guess they reduced that from 160 to 130. Maybe it even goes down to 120. And then the damage, I don't know. This is a little confusing. Sorry. But the main thing is if the target's in a fire hero, it then applies frozen to another random enemy. So what this reads is deals 130% damage. It freezes somebody. But if the target is a fire hero, then it will also freeze another hero randomly. So much better. So having the freeze on the special is nice, and then if you target a fire hero, it could put freeze on someone else. So there's something that we'll have to test tomorrow whenever the buff comes through on the update, is if the freeze that is applied to somebody at random needs focus or not. Because the reason why I say that, Adelan is going to be used as a counter to Alicia, right? Alicia is just a menace in the meta right now. She's a very strong fire hero, but Adelan actually outspeeds her. So she's going to be a counter to Alicia. So most Alicias don't run high resist, right? So your focus isn't going to need to be too high to land a freeze on an Alicia. So if the frozen can't be resisted whenever it's put on someone else at random, this could be strong, because then you just need to build, really high speed and damage, and then possibly, 60 to 70% focus, which would be nice. If it is resistible, then Adelan still runs into the same issues, which I'll talk about after we're done with the end of the kit here. So the ultimate ability, this got a pretty nice buff. So what's going to happen, you know, it used to just freeze somebody for 2 turns, and then if they were immune or if it was removed, you'd put defense down to an unhealable, which was mainly just for Ashe, but it did have some application in PvP, like against Shark Soul Andre or whatever. But now, what this does, it still does the 2-turn freeze, but before you put on the freeze, you're actually going to strip 2 buffs. So this is very strong. Obviously, the thing that she runs into, the issue is there's a lot of immunity running around in PvP. So a crowd control hero does nothing to immunity gear. But now that she has a strip on her ultimate, yeah, this really helps with the ability to actually change up the meta a little bit, because now you can utilize her speed, strip 2 buffs from somebody, and then apply that frozen. So she's getting her job done. Now, while these buffs are good, they are definitely a positive for Atalann. However, she still runs into the same issue, which is she needs focus for all of these abilities. She'll need focus in dungeons for the defense down 2 and unhealable. She'll need the focus to freeze people in PvP. Now, you know, some heroes, they might not be running as much resistance anymore because they're run in immunity set, and that's good. The problem is if you're trying to get a bunch of damage and speed and focus at Atalann, it's going to be kind of tough to do. So with that being said, overall, it's great that they're buffing her, right? I think in Ashe, she's going to be very, very strong. So if you're looking for somebody to progress in Ashe, I think she's really going to help. The problem is you still run into the same issues with Ashe, where on the higher dungeons, it's harder to actually clear the wave than beat Ashe. That's the main issue with Ashe dungeon. But Ashe himself tends not to be an issue, and she doesn't really help with waves. So we're still going to have to try and troubleshoot some things on how to get to Ashe himself. But once you get there, I think she makes things really, really easy. On the flip side, for PvP, I mean, it makes her better, it makes her more viable, but she's just going to be really, really hard to build. The thing is if you want to outspeed Alicia, you're going to not only need really good speed gear, but you're going to need to have focus on her as well. If you want to make her relevant for other, you know, enemies. If you're building her just to outspeed Alicia, then you just need speed, really, and hope that Alicia doesn't run high enough resistance. So anyway, we'll have to see how it plays out. For me, guys, I went and pulled a bunch of different copies anyway, because I was looking at my account, and I said on the last video, I don't have anything else to book or build anyway. So we're just going to do that. We're going to build her and book her, and we're going to test her and all of those things. And if my bad decision is a bad decision, then you hopefully won't have to make it. So we'll test that out tomorrow. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.